Hello everyone, and welcome to this month's edition of the Butterfly Princess Show Book Club. Today we are discussing the book Lady Chatterley's Lover by D.H. Lawrence. This is quite a scandalous tale. It's filled with themes of love, class distinction and human connection. The characters in Lady Chatterley's Lover are quite intriguing. So first we have Constance Chatterley. Connie, she is the protagonist. She's an oppressed but genuine connection and intimacy. Sir Clifford Chatterley, he embodies the intellectual emotional distinct upper class. Oliver Mellors, the gamekeeper and Connie's lover. Mrs. Bolton, Clifford's nurse, companion, who adds a layer of complexity to the narrative. Social norms. Lady Chatterley's Lover delves deep into these waters. The novel presents a vivid critique of the rigid social structures and class distinctions of early 20th century England. Class distinction. Think about how the society in the novel views relationships between the upper and lower classes. Right, so how do Connie and between the upper and lower classes, how do Connie and Mellors challenge these distinctions through their love affair? What does that say about the human yearning for genuine connection regardless of social barriers? Gender roles. Consider Connie's struggle for emotional and for physical fulfillment in an era where women's desires were often constrained. How does her character challenge or confirm the expectations placed upon women at the time? Industrialization versus nature. The novel just puts the mechanized world against the purity of nature. However, settings around word behold used to reflect these transitions. Class distinction. In Lady Chatterley's Lover is quite a significant theme, deeply woven into the fabric of the story. Sir Clifford Chatterley represents the upper class, intellectually detached and somewhat dismissive of emotional intimacy. He's very much enveloped in the world of power and status. Oliver Mellors, the gamekeeper, is of a low social standing but offers Connie the raw emotional and physical connection she craves. The novel critiques the rigid classicism prevalent in early 20th century England. Gender roles in Lady Chatterley's Lover add a fascinating layer to the tale. They explore the social expectations of men and women during the early 20th century. Constance Chatterley, her quest for emotional and physical fulfillment challenges the norms imposed on women in an era where a woman's desires were often secondary to social expectations. Sir Clifford, his character embodies traditional masculinity focused on intellectual and social standing. Oliver Mellors, interestingly, while he defines class, he also complicates traditional gender roles with his sensitivity. D.H. Lawrence's motivation behind writing Lady Chatterley's Lover is a blend of both personal philosophy and social critique. Lawrence was deeply concerned about the mechanism of life and the loss of the genuine human connections. Exploration of emotional and physical intimacy. He believed in the importance of sexual and emotional fulfillment in human relationships. Class and social norms. Lawrence wanted to challenge the rigid class structures and the constraints imposed by social norms. He often used the dynamics between Connie and Mellis to highlight these issues. Physical intimacy in Lady Chatterley's Lover is central to the narrative and serves as a vehicle for exploring deeper themes of human connection. Rejection of emotional detachment. Through Connie and Melly's relationship, Lawrence illustrates the profound impacts of physical intimacy on emotional bonds. Their connection represents a rebellion against the emotional found in upper class society. Constraining relationships. Compare Connie's interactions with Sir Clifford. Right. Right, okay. The banning of Lady Chatterley's Lover is a fascinating historical affair. Its controversial reception offers much to consider. Explicit content. The novel was published in 1928. This was a time when its frank depiction of sexual relationships were considered scandalous. Challenges to social norms. Lawrence's exploration of class dynamics and gender roles was provocative. Literal morality. During the period, authorities often measured literature against moral standards. The novel's language and themes were deemed indecent by some. Censorship is quite the intriguing topic, especially when we consider its impact on literature like Lady Chatterley's Lover. Control of ideas. Censorship often reflects a desire to control ideas and maintain social norms. Freedom of expression. Literature often challenges boundaries and provokes thoughts. Historical context. Different periods have varied tolerance levels for controversial content. At the time Lady Chatterley's Lover was penned, several issues made it quite the contentious work. Explicit language and scenes. Lawrence's candid portrayal of intimate relationships was groundbreaking. Social class dynamic. The book scrutinises the rigid class structures presenting an affair between an upper class woman and a gamekeeper. Gender roles. It questions the expectations of women, portraying Connie's quest for personal fulfillment. Critique of individualisation. Lawrence's critique of industrial society's impact on human relationship was amusing. The legal battles surrounding Lady Chatterley's lover were quite pivotal in literal history. Original ban. Upon its publication in the year 1928, the novel faced backlash for its explicit content and themes, leading to censorship in several countries. The famous trial in 1960, a landmark obscenity trial, took place in the UK after Penguin Books planned to publish an edition. This court case questioned whether the book was morally corrupting. Outcome and impact. Penguin won the case, marking a significant victory for freedom of expression in literature. David Herbert Lawrence, famously known as D.H. Lawrence, had a fascinating and complex relationship with his wife, Frida Weekly. Their partnership was intense and unconventional as his writing. Meeting and marriage. Lawrence met Frida in 1912 when she was married to Ernest Weekly, a professor. Despite social norms, she left her husband and children to be with Lawrence, which was quite scandalous for the time. Influence on work. Frida was pivotal in Lawrence's life, offering emotional support and inspiration for many of his writings. Shared adventures. The couple travelled extensively, living in places from Cornwall to Italy and the US, often seeking refuge from social judgment. Lady Chatterley's lover provides intriguing insights into D.H. Lawrence's relationship with his wife Frida. Their dynamic is mirrored in the novel's exploration of love, desire, and defying social norms. Personal autonomy. The book champions personal fulfillment and emotional intimacy over social expectations, a reflection of how Lawrence and Frida prioritise their relationship despite social judgments. Complex relationship. The portrayal of the relationship between Lady Chatterley and Mellis might echo Lawrence's understanding of deep emotional connections, likely informed by his experience with Frida. Gender roles. Frida was quite a strong-willed woman, and Lawrence often depicted similar attributes in his female characters, reflecting a progressive view on gender roles. The legacy of Lady Chatterley's lover is profound, having significantly shaped the literal landscape and social views on censorship, intimacy, and class dynamics. Literal boldness. The novel pushed boundaries in terms of explicit content and open discussions of human relationships. For future writers and readers, it widened the scope of what could be explored in literature. How has censorship challenges? The 1960 UK challenge was pivotal in advancing freedom of expression, influencing future legal and social standards, reflecting what could be published, regarding what could be published. Social symmetry. Its critique of the rigid class system and exploration of authentic human connections offers valuable insights into social constraints and personal liberation. Educational engagement. For The legacy continues to inspire discussions about the importance of literal freedom and emotional authenticity. Studying Lady Chatterley's novel at GCSE and A-level can offer a rich exploration of themes, social critiques and literary intervention, critical thinking. The novel offers opportunities to analyse complex themes like class divide, emotional fulfilment, and social norms. Comparative analysis. You could also compare Lawrence's work with other texts which explore similar themes like Jane Eyre, historical context. Understanding the period in which Lawrence wrote can reveal insights into how historical events and social attitudes shape literal themes. Censorship and expression. Discussing the novel's legal history encourages reflections on how societies evolve in their acceptance of literal expression and challenge norms. Lady Chatterley's Lover serves as a window into D.H. Lawrence's complex perspectives and beliefs, offering a multifactorial look at the author himself. Exploration of intimacy. Lawrence uses the novel to explore the depths of human relationships and intimacy, reflecting his own beliefs about emotional connections. Critique of industrialisation. The novel critiques the impact of industrialisation on human connection and natural beauty, which may echo Lawrence's apprehension about modernality threats personal freedom and nature. Class dynamics. Lawrence's insights into class struggles reveal his desire to address and challenge class divisions, likely streaming from his own experience in a working class family. Artistic boldness. His willingness to tackle taboo subjects head-on demonstrates his daring literal spirit, underscoring the convictions about artistic freedom and truthful expression. So I'm going to now tell you a bit about Lawrence, a bit about the life of D.H. Lawrence. So he was born in the year he was born in the year of 1885 in Nottinghamshire, England. Lawrence came from a working class background, which significantly influenced his writings. His experiences with class struggles and family ties often penetrate his literal works, literal themes. Lawrence offered explored themes of industrial desire versus social norms, class conflict, and complexities of human relationships. These themes suggest a deep concern with how individuals navigate personal and collective identities. Controversies. Known for pushing boundaries, Lawrence often faced criticism and censorship due to the explicit nature of his work and his challenges to social norms. His commitment to artistic expression through controversy may showcase his dedication to exploring truth and authenticity. Global influence. Lawrence's work have been analysed worldwide, famed for their psychological depth and social critique. This global reception indicates his broad impact and challenge to literal traditions. Lady Chatterley's Lover remains remarkably relevant in today's world as it delves into themes and issues still relevant that still resonates in contemporary society, re-examining relationships with ongoing discussions about emotional connections and relationship norms. The novel continues to spark debate on prioritising genuine intimacy over social expectations, class divide, class inequality persists today, and Lawrence's critique of the class system in his novel provides insights into how social divisions can affect personal relationships and opportunities, censorship and freedom. The novel's history of censorship challenges us to consider how freedom of expression is crucial in creating open dialogue about taboo subjects. Environmental concerns. Lawrence's depiction of the impact of individualisation on nature and human connections mirrors today's discussions on environmental concerns and concerns in sustainability. Approaching Lady Chatterley's lover with appreciation for its various elements can greatly enhance your engagement with the text, bringing its layers to life. Appreciate the craftsmanship of Lawrence's writing, the vivid imaginary symbolism and narrative styles. Character development. Delve into the complexity of Lady Chatterley and other characters. Theme depth. Explore the rich themes such as class, emotional development, fulfillment, and social norms. Reflect on the novel's emotional impact and how its exploration of intimate relationships touches on universal human experiences. Lady Chatterley's lover imparts several timeless lessons that continue to resonate today, offering a perspective on human relationships and social dynamics. The novel underscores the significance of genuine emotional and physical intimacy, suggesting that true fulfillment comes from deep relationships rather than adhering to hollow social norms. Challenges of social conformity. Lawrence examines the limitations imposed by rigid classes, distinctions, and social expectations, encouraging us to question and redefine conventional norms. These contrasts between nature and the mechanicalized world highlight the potential loss of human connection and environmental appreciation in the face of progress. Exploration of personal freedom. The narrative advocates for individual agency and the courage to seek personal happiness regardless of social pressures. The evolution of Lady Chatterley's lover paints a fascinating portrait of a novel's journey to acceptance and acclaim. Initially, the novel faced censorship due to explicit content. Its eventful acceptance illustrates a broadening cultural tolerance and the importance of openness in discussing themes of sexuality and intimacy. Despite its continuous beginnings, the novel's themes of love, class, and personal freedom continues to resonate. providing its lasting influence on literal discourse and thought. Its progression from bamboo to literacy classic highlights the power of provocative storytelling. Legal milestones. The landmark legal victory in 1960, when the unexpunged version was published in the UK, marked pivotal moments in the discussion of censorship, championing freedom of expression in literature. Academic engagement. The novel's complexity and theme richness have sustained interest among scholars, ensuring its place in academic studies. This intellectual engagement amplifies success in fostering ongoing conversations and interpretations. And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes this month's episode of the Butterfly Princess Show Book Club. Hope you can join me next time, where we will be discussing the next episode. Will be recorded and posted out onto the Butterfly Princess Show Facebook page and YouTube channel on the 27th of July, but I won't be revealing the name of the book that we will be discussing until the week before, so keep your eyes and ears peeled for that. And don't forget, you can also follow the Butterfly Princess Show on Facebook, YouTube and Instagram, so hope to see you along on one of them platforms soon, where you can join in with all the discussions about the Butterfly Princess Show and see all the educational content that I produce. So until then, have a lovely rest of your week, and I will see you again very soon. Take care. Bye-bye for now.